Hey Virgo, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot. Welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing your love and separation read for the month of November. I wanted to say thank you to everyone for subscribing and being there and interacting with the channel. I sure appreciate you guys. So by now, you guys know we're in between eclipses. We got the new lunar eclipse, which should be pretty interesting on Tuesday. Taurus blood moon, changes, right? Changes. So, stay grounded and high vibe. You'll make it through. So let's see what's going on in love for Virgo. Okay. Somebody's come out of a time of confusion about what they were holding on to. And it was only in a moment of grief and sadness that the clarity came. So whatever that means for y'all, that's what it is. So let's take a look. Forward movement happened for you, Virgo. You walked away from something, it looks like to me. Moment of clarity, moment of despair became a moment of clarity. Virgo, it looks like here maybe your lover has found some balance in something. Looks like there was some illusions that they were suffering from that might have brought them a moment of clarity. And it looks like they're bringing in the romance. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. So far. See what's going on with you. You're making plans, Virgo. Of course you are. Making some plans. You're making some plans about your happiness. Where does your happiness lie? It lies with the Empress. It lies with abundance. It lies with building yourself up, right? So we have Temperance and we have the Empress. So somebody's finally balancing themselves out. I think that's you, Virgo, here. So let's see. You are all about yourself, basically. Your partner has finally come to some clarity, okay? And they're making their way toward you. Well, let's see what's going on between the two of them. What's going on between Virgo and their lover? Between Virgo. Okay. Let's try that again. What's going on between Virgo and their lover? Love. Somebody holding back from commitment was a betrayal. You felt like this person, Virgo, turned their back on you and didn't offer the commitment that you were anticipating. And so you made other plans. But meanwhile, this person in a moment of clarity here, because of their imbalance, is now making their way back to you. Let's see what their blocks are. Show me the blocks for Virgo's lover. Okay. Courage was one thing. Commitment was another. And the victory and commitment. So they held back here on commitment, but I don't understand why did they hold back on commitment. So let's see why they held back. Why did Virgo's lover hold back the commitment? Now they realize that the commitment is their happiness, is their success. Let's see why they held back. Why did Virgo's lover hold back from commitment? They were afraid to take a leap of faith. They were immature. They didn't feel like they were ready. They weren't ready. But I do believe they became triggered. They could have become triggered by their parents' marriage or a marriage that they had in the past that wasn't so great. The idea of committing was being triggered, being trapped. Okay. Let's see what your blocks are. They were your block for a little while until you freed yourself from the expectation of it. And you just decided it wasn't meant to be. That freed you from your blocks. So you got a lover coming back who wants a second chance, basically. Okay. Let's see how they feel about you. This Virgo's lover feel. They're ready to conquer the world for you. They're holding on to you. They are ready, fully ready, to bring this commitment that they walked away from previously. And they want a heal situation. So yes, I want to commit to Virgo is what this says, okay? Let's see what they're thinking. They're not thinking that you're going to reject them. They're hoping that you won't reject them and that, things have sort of... I mean, here's the problem with people that they want to act like, let's just miraculously start like nothing happened. There is a disconnect here, okay, between the idea that they want to commit and their idea about your acceptance of that. There's a disconnect there. They're not putting two and two together, right? There's also a disconnect here in them taking responsibility for their actions. They're hoping that things have smoothed over. But what have they done to ensure that happening in between now and in the past? What have they done to ensure that, we have closure, we have healthy closure, we've ironed out everything, we're good to go. There's no logical thought process here about the desire and what has transpired. So let's kind of see what their intention is for you. Moving forward in relationship, they just know, they just know it's going to happen. So let's see what this High Priestess is. Every single time. Okay. I feel like making plans to move forward will be, that's what their intention is. They're coming back for good. Okay? So let's kind of see what they, let me see what the disconnect is here, because there's a lot of disconnect with this person's energy about logic. What is the disconnect with this lover of Virgos? What is this disconnect? The disconnect is that they don't understand that they have to build foundation all along the way. They are probably very impulsive, right? And so they have a tendency to go from 0 to about 1,000 instead of, amping up the speed all along the way. They have in their mind that this is so going to work out. And the reality is, I don't think they understand what your reaction is going to be to this situation. So making small steps, taking baby steps is kind of the disconnect here, right? They may not look before they leap. They just don't understand how to, they can see the end result, right? But they don't understand that you have to kind of follow the steps to get there. So you could be dealing with somebody who's kind of got some impulse planning issues, right? Which got to be driving you up a wall, okay? So let me see kind of what they're afraid to tell you. What is Virgo's lover afraid to tell you? They desire a new opportunity in relationship and that it's been tearing them up, that you're not together. They wish to move forward. But They're not sure you're going to give them another chance. They know that, I guess. They know that they were deceitful about the stability of the relationship. Seven of Swords, Three of Cups. There could have been somebody involved. Maybe you found out. You called them out on it. They're afraid that's what you're going to want to talk about. As funny as this sounds, they find it cliche to say, I've changed. I've grown. Right? They find that to be a little too vulnerable because it sounds like bullshit. Right? And I think they're afraid you're going to think they're bullshit. So, I mean, okay. So let's see what they're going to do, though. Let's see what they're going to do. What is Virgo's lover going to do in regard to Virgo? They're going to move toward you no matter what it takes. They don't care. They're going to bear the burden. They're going to bear the truth. They're going to do it. I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to make things balanced out. They're going to be transparent. Up here, it kind of looked like they may have been skirting away from the issue, but their intention is to move straight toward you. What may come, right? All right. Let's see what their next move may be. They may have overcome some codependency issues, which made them sort of impulsive, right? Looks like they're overcoming that. They found some peace with that situation. They may come in very charming and present you with flowers or present you with a gift to sort of sweeten the pot. So I think that they're going to come in bearing gifts. That's their next move. Maybe send you some flowers. Present you with a gift to sort of sweeten the air around the situation. Okay. So let's see what they want to say to you. When I'm reading this, it just kind of seems like you're sitting there going, okay, where did this come from? That's kind of the attitude I'm getting, kind of like, well, this is random. You know what I mean? And you don't trust it, right? It seems so out of place and random. All right. Show me what is Virgo's like when I say Virgo? Who's Virgo's like when I say Virgo? Seems like random Tuesday, they decide that they want to sneak back into your life. I don't know. There's so much unspoken between us, I need to tell you how I really feel. That may be very dramatic. Time has brought me a clarity about us. Okay, time has brought clarity. Okay. I made the wrong choices. Yeah, they made the wrong choices. I wasn't honest with you about my feelings. Okay, that's great, except, Virgo, I'm not sure you're going to latch onto this because I think it's a great moment of clarity for them. It's a great moment of growth for them, but I'm not sure you're kind of still on board with this situation. You know, I think you kind of licked your wounds and you've sort of moved on maybe a little bit. And it's going to seem very random and out of place when they do this. So it's going to seem very strange. It feels very strange. It feels like there's a total disconnect between the past and the present for this person. And that could be this codependency. You know, maybe there's a gap of time for them that, you know, they're not quite seeing very clearly because maybe they weren't clear-minded when this went down, you know. There's some sort of disconnect here. But let's see how they feel about you in the bedroom. They're working on their plan. Okay? They fantasize quite a bit about you. You know, when I think about you, I touch myself here, right? There's a lot of fantasy at work here. A lot of them fantasizing about you. So clearly, at the moment, there's nothing happening. But they hope, they have this idea in their mind, okay, that there's going to be some sort of, like this spontaneous lovemaking that you're going to be doing, you know, outside the cafe in the grass or whatever, you know, that they think will magically happen once they show up. Anyways, all right, so let's see what a final outcome could be on this situation. Universe, show me what's the final outcome for this situation. Virgo and this lover. I think you're gonna be like, do I know you? Do I know you? I think you're gonna kind of be like, not, you'll be like, what's there to talk about? I haven't seen you in 4 years. And I think you're going to kind of drive on, but I don't think that's going to stop this person from wanting your attention. You may try to give them a new beginning, but unfortunately, I'm not sure it's going to last very long, because they may go kind of back to some old ways, and the brakes, you're going to put on the brakes. If you see a hint, one hint of any of their past behavior, it looks like to me, you know, you're just going to put the brakes on because you're not interested. Not interested. But let's get some love cards on it and see what they have to say. I think you might, for a minute, entertain, give them a chance, but I think you know that part of this situation is kind of impulsive, just like their behavior is impulsive. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You'll be surprised where it leads. So that means to me, like I'm saying always, that when you give somebody what they want, they change their mind, right? So, for example, you giving this person some attention for a few minutes to hear what they have to say, you're giving them what they want. You know, because they've got this drummed up in their head, but I'm not sure that there's much of a follow through, right? So you're giving them what they want, but I do think that they're going to be reverting back to some behaviors that you're just not going to be putting up with. So although it may, you know, make you feel like, oh, okay, I did matter something to this person, unfortunately, I just don't think you're going to be able to deal with the impulsive behavior that still exists. And if there's impulsive behavior that still exists, there's still codependencies that are going to pop back up. So I think this is you saying, I'm going to give you what you want. Now, do I think this person's feelings for you are true? Absolutely. But are they able to follow through with what that means as far as commitment goes? I'm not sure they're there yet. So let's get some advice cards on it and see what they have to say. So Virgo, this may serve as some closure for you, right? To kind of move on from not thinking that you matter to somebody. Universe, show me Virgo. Show me some advice for Virgo. Return to joy. We are here to experience joy. Return to joy. Your own joy that you've been working on. Live in the moment. What you are looking for is with you, right? Your life that you've built, your things that you're working toward. Get out of your cocoon. So maybe this is telling you that, you know, I think this is giving you clarity and a bird's eye view about, yeah, I did matter to this person. But I also think it's showing you that you've progressed far past this situation of being hanging on to somebody's impulses. Because that's really the problem, is the impulsive behavior. So it's time for you to close the cycle out. Sometimes when you give someone what they want, they change their mind. So just remember that, Virgo. That's what I have for you guys, and I will see you second half.